Hello, my friends. This is Diane Kesluck, Ms. Grumpy Stamps, and I'm here today to do a small tutorial in how to make this cute little gnome on this gnome card. Many of you saw it at the Onstage Atlanta, and I said I would make a video and try to show you how to make it. So I'm going to try to replicate this card here today, and hopefully you'll enjoy making this little gnome too. Now, he's been torn apart many times because I was showing so many people how to make him. So I'm just going to move this card aside and we're just going to start making another one of those. Now, I will post all of the measurements and items used and stuff underneath this YouTube video. So what I did first was I used a little bit of Pool Party, and I just made myself a nice little sky background. I went about halfway down the card. Doesn't have to be real dark. You can use any other color you want to make the sky. I just thought it went better with the green border that's on this card. This poor gnome, this poor decapitated gnome. Anyway, I just thought it went better. You can use any color you want, whatever you like. So that's all I did for the background right there. Now, for the background, the stamps I used came out of Nature's Beauty. This is our stamp, a purpose stamp that goes to mental health organizations. But I used the little stick trees here and the grass trees there, and I used this snow for the background. Then I used a greeting out of the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, but you can use any greeting from any stamp set you want. So what I did then, so I took care of that. So I just used some memento, and I used smoky slate, and I just took the little snow and I just went right along like this. Oop. Well, there can be blizzards. It can have snow. All right, there we go. If you want to bring it down farther, you can, but totally optional. This is a very free form type of card. Then take the memento, and I took the trees and I went 1, 2, 3, and I did one over here. Notice they're crooked. That's okay. And then I took the grass and I pre-stamped the grass, and I put one down here. And I put one down here. There we go. I did the greeting also in the memento black, tuxedo black. Now, I made a Merry Christmas for this one. I cut them out using the stitch rectangles. So you can use this greeting. I cut this one out using this size, and it came out of right here. And the other one used this one right here. So whatever size you want, or you can use any punch, whatever you want. You don't have to make it exactly like mine. So that's going to go there when we're finished. So after I did that, then I started working on the gnome, which I know is what everybody wants to see. So the pieces of the gnome include a piece of designer series paper. This is from the Wrapped in Plaid set. I liked the little green dot hat because it kind of, to me, looked like a little knitted hat. And so I made his hat out of our new tree punch. So, and when I cut him out, I just left the trunk off because we really don't need that. So that's all there is to the hat. And when I was ready to put the hat on the gnome, all I did was take right here at the bottom and just make yourself a little, I call it a whoop-de-doo, okay? But there you go. Just a little cut, just cut that piece off and save your little hat. For the feet, I used this punch right here. The one that's 3 petals, goes with our magnolia sets. And sorry, the name of the punch has slipped my mind. Now, you can punch the whole thing if you want, or you can just punch the feet, or you can punch it and tear the other piece off, or use it on the back. It doesn't matter. Just punch that right there, and you're good to go. All right, so we have this piece which is going to be the feet, and this piece, which is going to be the hat. Right there. I got a lot of questions on how I made his beard. So let me show you how I did that. Sorry, I'm going to have to decapitate him again. This is my little template. What I did was I took a circle. This is out of the stitch shapes. I didn't have a 1.5 or 1 3/4 2-inch punch. So somewhere, this is 1 3/4, but you can probably use a 1.5-inch punch if you look at how this fits on here. So I took this. Now, when I made the circle, I held it up to the hat because obviously the circle is going to be too big for the hat. So I kind of traced it like this originally, and I kind of hand made a beard. Okay, I just jiggle, 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 jiggle like that. Okay, so then when I cut it out, I had to cut right here on these little lines for the hat. Now what I did later is I went back because I needed to kind of have some perspective. So I drew the beard on. I played with the hat and I was like, okay, it needs to be cut. How big? This big, it's going to show. So I kind of just went around back behind it like this. And I made just because you really don't need anything but a tab to attach it to the hat. See, it's going to go on like that. Okay. So once you have one, you can kind of make yourself a little, look at that. See there? Just make yourself a little beard. Okay, so then I just kind of cut it out. I know this is going to be boring. I didn't pre-cut one. There's no rhyme or reason. They're not the exact same size, shape, or whatever. I didn't worry about the lines. It's just a guide. That way I had something to cut on. Okay, so there's your little beard. All right. So what's going to happen now is you're going to take this beard and you're going to put just a little bit of glue right here. Might have been too much. And you're going to position your hat on the head where you like it, or on the beard. Call it a head. It's really just a beard. Okay, and give that just a second to dry. I put a little too much glue on it, but there you go. You can already see him kind of coming to fruition. Then you can take this right here, put a little bit of Tombow on there. And I know I've got black on black. I apologize. I was trying not to get white on white. Wanted you to see it. And then just position him on there. Oop, my fingers are sticky. Okay, where your feet are where you want him to be. Now, he doesn't have to be straight or perfect. He's a gnome. He's kind of quirky. He can have a quirky little body. But there you go. Okay, so that's how he's made. Stick him right there so you can see him. And then you can cut one of these and save it. And then you kind of have a template, or you can just freehand it. You saw that just took me a few seconds to figure that out and make it. So what I did now for the nose, I think this is Flirty Flamingo. I used the 3-way punch and I stuck it right in there and I punched out a little nose. It's very tiny. I put so much glue on here now, it probably will just stick without any extra glue. There we go. And I just put him on there. Okay. And then you'll take a black Stampin' Right, which I don't have right in my hand now, but I just went, whoop, there's his little mouth. That's all it takes. And so he's finished. So all I have to do is finish the rest of the card. So we did this card. We put the little trees. I'm going to put dimensionals on him so that he pops up. You can see the back there. And he's almost ready for Christmas. Yeah, I made about 20 of these, and I went to a swap and we swapped them all, and then I had a few extras and they went fast. And then I realized I didn't have my sample card, except for the one that I had messed up a few things and I'd taken them apart 6 or 7 or 8 million times. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to put him right there. There we go. Isn't he cute? I just love him. Now for the gift, what I did was I took another piece of the wrapped in plaid and I just cut it into 1-inch squares. And this particular design looked great because of the way the gold is. So I just popped that up on a couple dimensionals. There we go. Thanks for your patience. This is my very first tutorial video, and I appreciate all of the patience. And I put the little gift right there. And then I took this beautiful shimmer gold ribbon, and I'm a great bow tire, as you'll see. It's my forte. No, it's not. Anyway, so I just tied a little overhand knot. And I cut the ribbon. Now you could use a dimensional, a mini dimensional glue. I had some glue dots that were left from one of the paper pumpkins, but you can stick it right on there or on the back of the bow. This is a little mini one. And then I took my bow and I stuck it on there. And there you go. So my Merry Christmas. Oh, I forgot to show you what to do with his beard. I was supposed to do that before I put it on the card. See, I knew I would make a mistake on my first one. I took one of these thingy-majiggies and I used smoky slate and I just went around the edge of the beard to give it a little gray. Because we know gnomes are old and have gray hair. Maybe, maybe not. So then just take a couple of dimensionals, put your greeting on. And I have lost my bling. I'll have to find it. Anyway, so put your greeting on. And then I added a few little rhinestones on here just to give the snow some sparkle, as you'll see on there. So see, there you go. Then just put it on your card base and you have a cute little gnome card. You could add some Stella if you want to the snow. You could add whatever you want. You could put a bell on top of his hat, but I think he's kind of cute the way he is. He's the little centerpiece of the card. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you understood how to make the gnome. If not, let me know and I can try this again. Anyhow, everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Thanksgiving, or whatever you celebrate. We celebrate many holidays in our house. So anyway, thank you for watching and hopefully my next one will be a little better. Take care.